I don't usually like to get all newsy, but since I covered the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse a few days ago, I wanted to do some follow up. I feel somehow honor bound, or like I'm chasing the various aspects of this story, because this story, I mean, it's significant in ways that go far beyond a man being acquitted of a crime that he should never have been charged with in the first place, where he was obviously acting in self-defense and so forth, and which a criminally dishonest media attempted to exploit for their own purposes. Of course, they have their masters who were demanding that they respond to this story in this manner. Well, the latest is, and you've probably heard this already, there was a Christmas parade that took place over the weekend that got brutally and violently interrupted when a man named Darrell Brooks, who is a rapper and who goes under the name Math Boy Fly, and you can see, I will link to his some of his work. You can see, although they took down his page, some other pages are still posting some of his music videos, including one where he's using or he's standing next to a red SUV, which was the same vehicle that he apparently used, allegedly used in the massacre in Waukesha. So this guy, Darrell Brooks, Math Boy Fly, is by his rapper name, seemingly posted some things saying, we gotta get back at the white folks who did this to us, and although there's been nothing yet that I'm aware of that has directly where he's been directly related to, where his act has been said to be directly related to Kyle Rittenhouse's acquittal, it would seem to follow that would make sense, that would be his motivation, given that he is somebody who calls himself a black nationalist, and that he seemed to post some incendiary things following the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse. So essentially, this is an accelerationist's dream. What is happening now? What happened with this event? Those who want accelerationism, this is adding fuel to the fire. I am not an accelerationist myself. I want to see things come to a peaceful resolution, and I think that those who are whipping up a frenzy, or who are trying to get things to who believe that worse is better, because the worse and worse things get, then eventually we'll get pushed to a point where it's just all out civil war, and then we'll get our ethno state, or whatever it is that they want. I am not in that position. I am not in that quarter. I do not. Those are not my convictions. I don't want to sacrifice innocent people for any reason. I don't believe the ends justify the means. But I think that accelerationists on both sides, who don't care about human life, are probably slapping high fives to one another right now with this latest event, because it was clearly racially motivated. The parade in Waukesha was attended by mostly white people. It's mainly a white community, and it was just a couple days after the Rittenhouse acquittal. So it's hard not to see how this is, not to see how those two events are related, and how they contribute to this attempt to accelerate matters. Now, I don't know whether this person, Darrell Brooks, whether he, put any thought into his crime, whether he decided to do it because it would have this kind of effect, or if he was just some psychotic, somebody just acting from the gut, just thinking to himself, I want to kill me some white folks, because they let Kyle Rittenhouse off, and he was racist, or even though he didn't kill any black people whatsoever, still he was the symbol of white supremacy, and all. The mainstream media is absolutely to blame for all of this. They've absolutely got blood on their hands, and they absolutely disgust me to no end. With their shenanigans, with their irresponsibility, with the way in which they frame these stories in a manner that is so terribly dishonest, criminally dishonest. But it's not just them; it's the whole corporate establishment, generally speaking. Because the news is corporate news. It's owned by the large companies, and they're the same ones who are telling you that you can't seek out alternative medical interventions besides the ones that they are recommending right now to resolve a so-called pandemic that they hyped up in the first place. So, yeah, they are absolutely to blame. They've absolutely got blood on their hands. I wonder if they even care. I wonder if the the death of a few people in quote unquote flyover country, some white bread community in the Midwest. I wonder if they just think to themselves, just a bunch of rednecks dead or something like that. I mean, I honestly, I don't know, but it wouldn't at all surprise me if that was their attitude towards what happened in Waukesha. I have a sort of slightly personal stake in this, in that my family's from Wisconsin, my southern Wisconsin, the area around where Waukesha is. Although none of my family, extended family, lives in Waukesha. But I remember that when I would go up with my parents for Christmas or over the summer to visit relatives, we would often drive through Waukesha to get from one side of the family lived to where the other side of the family lived. It's basically adjacent to Milwaukee. It's I don't know what else to add besides what I've said already. To see a community event, a wholesome event, a traditional event meant to bring joy into people's hearts, to celebrate the Christmas season, to celebrate families, and to celebrate tradition, to celebrate their hometown, and just to however you feel about parades. I'm not really a parade person myself, but that was the whole obvious point of it. And then to see it just get marred in this way when this maniac drives in and runs over a bunch of people, including, I understand, some children. He's arrested. That he's still alive. He was arrested. He is in custody. So we'll see what happens from here. We'll see if he gets a trial, or if he dies mysteriously. We never know. I mean, I wouldn't right now. I'm not saying anything like this, but I wouldn't put it past anyone if this was an event that was contrived or cooked up from somewhere above this seemingly dim-witted individual. I will link. Nevertheless, I will link to his to one of his raps, to one of his music videos, so you can just enjoy the full experience of Darrell Brooks Jr., aka Flyboy. What was it? Flyboy something? I don't know. What doesn't matter. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. My name's Andy Nowicki. Please check out my work at altrightnovelist.com. My latest book, The Insurrectionist, can be purchased at... they're coming to drone strike me. My latest book, The Insurrectionist, can be purchased at terrorhousepress.com.